Good afternoon, I'm TK, and this is TK's video blog. Good to have you with us, good to see you all again. Welcome. Alright, now that we got it out of the way, let me straighten out a few things. So first of all, this is in my room. This is not where I usually film. That's because this is a special episode. I have a special guest joining me. He's all the way from New Jersey, hence the title of this blog you might have seen a couple seconds ago, Straight Out of Jersey. His name is Mark O'Neill Kerr. He's my uncle, and here he is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. All the way from New Jersey is right, but good to be with my good young nephew. I'm honored to be one of the guests on one of the early episodes of your blog. Looking forward to it and the exciting year that you have ahead.
All right, thank you. All right, so I thought we would talk about your favorite 3 movies of this year, 2024.
Okay, yeah. A number of different movies I had in mind. The first would be Conclave. That was one that with Stanley Tucci and Ralph Fiennes and John Lithgow. But you know, Isabella Rossellini, who didn't have the largest part in that movie, I think really turned the tide about 3/4 of the way through the movie with the scene that she was in. Your viewers will want to take a look for that when it comes. But that was a movie that I liked so much because of the music, number one. The cinematography was excellent. The acting was terrific. And the music had a certain pulse throughout the whole movie that when you heard that chord, that pulse of the music, you'll see what we mean when you watch that particular movie. But for those interested in the Pope and how we make that selection and that choice and the white smoke coming at the end, excellent historic, a lot of politics in that movie, some skeletons in the closet. You'll see, you can count them as you go through the movie. At the end, our viewers can tell whether or not there was enough of the white smoke coming at the end, or whether maybe you would like to have seen a little bit more. But an excellent movie. I would highly recommend. I know your rating has gone up to 20 out of 20, which makes it a little more difficult to get that perfect score, but I would give that a 20, Trevor. I think that was an excellent movie. Number 2, I would move to, well, Reagan, certainly, I think. Dennis Quaid was Ronald Reagan in this movie. I wasn't sure at first how he might come across. I saw him interviewed just on some talk shows and wasn't sure how he might come across. But in the movie itself, he had his mannerisms down, his speech down, his cadence, everything was just perfect, I think, with that. And the relationship that he had with his wife in that movie, like Ronnie and Nancy, just very touching, very warm, and I think very authentic. A great story, tells you all about it, of course steeped in the history of Ronald Reagan, how he came through from Hollywood to politics to the presidency to the assassination attempt, every step of the way, and even to the end, the Sunset Ride, which again is interesting to see at the end of his career, the end of his life, at least an 18 or 19 out of 20, I think, on that one. Both of those movies, by the way, were in the 90 percentile with Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
So they had a great rating, and we concur. They were excellent.
And then number 3.
Number 3 is kind of a different choice, Civil War.
Really?
I don't know, you know, just thinking about, did I like it at the time? I wasn't sure because of the theme, because of, you know, dystopia, America, the infighting, of course, as the Civil War is. Kirsten Dunst is a journalist there and does a wonderful job of kind of following, you know, the journalists down from Manhattan down to Washington, D.C. to get a story, to get an interview with the president before, well, the negative faction gets there before they do. So do they? Who gets there first? What do they meet? What do they see along the way? Some things that you can't imagine and you wouldn't think would be in our United States of America, but they were. And so was it a movie that you come out and you think, I really feel good about it? No, not really, of course, because of that theme, you know, in the movie. But as far as being an interesting movie, being one that shows you different factions and where people are, um, in the United States, particularly prior to the election, because that's when this was. Very interesting. So that one, maybe a 16 out of 20 with your difficult rating schedule right now, but those would be three that I would highlight for you
Now,
right
which
now.
do you think was the best of those three?
You know, I really liked Reagan. That and Conclave, you know, were both so different, but both excellent. I kind of like the warmth of Reagan. You know, I like to see that story. I like that relationship he and Nancy had, the way she cared for him, the way they developed their lives and lived for one another. That's a nice story and certainly a true following of their lives. So maybe a little edge to that, but Conclave right there with it. Excellent movie.
I agree with Reagan. I saw that as well. Really good movie. You all ought to check it out. Really good, just really good movie. Well, interesting movies, very interesting movies. Yes. Well, looking at my watch, it looks like we're about. You know what? No, I'm not done yet. I have another question,
Oh,
and I think I'll ask.